Hey, Low Brass, it is Tuesday, and we're getting into a very, very important concept today. It's one of those, what I call wall moments, where if you don't get it right, you're going to hit a wall and you're not going to get any better. It's a biggie, and it's called slurring. And slurring is the exact opposite of everything we've talked to you about so far, which is that we start the notes with tongues, right? We've talked about this a ton. We want to go two, or ta, ta, T. We always put that tongue behind the teeth, and every note we want to get that little extra punch of air at the beginning. All right. Slurring is the exact opposite of that. It is where you don't use the t, you just blow and change the notes. You just keep blowing. Now, it's different for trombone, for baritone, tuba, and trombone. Trombone's different animals from the valve instruments. Okay, for valve instruments, all you got to do is blow. All right? It's really pretty simple. You just got to make sure you count. Now, we've talked about lip slurs, right? It's the same principle. Your lips have to do little slight adjustments in order to change the notes cleanly. Now, the valves are doing it too. Unless you're playing F to B flat, something that's the same valve, then you really have to do it with your lip. But otherwise, you're doing it with the valves and your airspeed a little bit, okay? It's marked with a curved line, all right? And this is it's not good because you're seeing it in a mirror, like looking in a mirror, okay? But first note, at the beginning of the curve, you still tongue it. You still do that note as a regular note. But the second note where the curve is, you don't use your tongue, you just move the fingers to whatever the note is. If you got more than one, it's the same way. You tongue the first, and just move your fingers for the other ones. It's a very smooth style of playing. Okay, we want the notes to be smooth. Now, trombones, that doesn't quite work for you. Because if you do that, what you get, okay, and let me go back to this. All right, so here's a trumpet. I don't have a baritone here at the house, or a tuba. So here's a trumpet. So if I want to play a trumpet net line here, okay, with slurs, this is the first note here. I tongue the first note. It should sound like ta. I'm just moving my fingers. I'm not tonguing the rest of the notes. Or how about if I tongue every other one? Hopefully you could tell the difference in the notes that started with the t and the notes that didn't. All right, tongue and slurred. All right. Now what happens if I do that on trombone? We get this. That's no good, okay? That's no good at all. We get glissandos. We might write that sometime. We want to do that as an effect. That's not how we want normal music to go. So what about trombones? Well, trombones can't do normal slurs unless it's in the same position. If the note is F to B flat to F, then yeah, ta, you don't tongue that one, or anything where you're not moving your slide. But if the slide's got to move, you have to tongue something. So here's what you do. You do what's called a legato tongue. I say legato tongue. And that's a D sound. It's not as forceful as T. T, D. It has a different effect. It's not as much punch. T, duh. But you still have to do something. You can't do nothing. And you can't just keep doing T, T, T because you figure what the heck. Because you're not going to be as good as a musician. People will be able to tell that you're not slurring. It's going to be real choppy still. To make it smooth, you have to do T and then D. practicing a little bit, so you really kind of get the feel of what was going on there. That's something that you can't ignore, and you can't just go, oh, it's too hard, I'm not going to do it. It's like everything else we've done. It's only hard until you practice it a bunch, and then it's easy. But it is necessary, because a trombone player can't go around going wah, 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 and you can't just not tongue things. You have to be able to play some things smoother than the others. I suggest all of you take these first couple lines, 4/4 and 4/5. I guess I should have started this discussion with that. We're on lines 4/4 and 4/5 is what we're working on today. And do this. Go in and write T and S. Okay, well, it's got two. It's supposed to be an S. T and S on those till you get used to it, so that you realize and remember that the first note is tongued and the rest of them are slurred. Whether you're doing a pure slur on tuba, baritone, or you're doing a legato tongue for trombone, da, da, da. If you're trombones, you could write in your book T, D, D, D. T, D, 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 D. So for the first 4/4, first measure here. And you still got to move that slide pretty fast so we don't accidentally get a little ring. Now, again, like everything else, I keep reminding you, I'm not a trombone player, I'm a drummer. I'm going to do my very, very best to show you the sound of the difference between the tongues and the slurs. If it's not perfectly clear, that's on me. But you need to practice it till it is obvious, the difference between the slurs and the tongues. So let's try it. Here we go on 4/4. Let's do the notes first. Ready? And go. F, G, A natural, G, F, G, A, F, C, B flat, C, D, C, D, E, F, G, E, F. And remember, these are E naturals. Key of F, 1 flat, B flat. So all the E's are natural. Second valve, second position. Let's try it. 1, 2, and ready, and go. And that was not good. Okay, there was some times I got a gliss. I didn't do any kind of tongue on it, and then trying so hard to show you a difference between tongues and slurs, I popped some wrong notes out. Okay, that's not great at all. But again, you're the one supposed to be practicing trombone every day, not me. Let's look at 4/5. 4/5 now. Key of E flat, 3 flats, B flat, E flat, A flat. We're getting that thing. We're just going to start shifting every line. So you got to check. Key of B flat. So we're in E flats and A flats, first valve. Here we go. Let's say it. I'll do the fingering this time. Ready and go. C, D. Let's get the first note. Sorry. I was on it. Ready and go. C, D, E flat, D, E flat, F, G, G, A flat, G, F, E flat, D, C, F, D, E flat, D, C, G, A flat, G, F, G, E flat, D, C. Did some of those fingerings wrong. All right, play it. Now we'll try to get the slurs in. 2, ready, and go. Again, pretty dodgy, but you turn this on to listen to me practice trombone. I just want to give you some idea of how it ought to go. Spend your time, take it slow. If we were in class, I'd be having you play just one measure till you got that slur thing happening, and maybe two measures to work that to get the slur thing happening. And definitely would be having test lines on lines with lots of slurs and things like that. Because like I said, this is a wall moment. You either work on this until you've got it, or you're forever going to be behind. You're never going to be quite as good as you could be. So get over this wall, practice it till you get it right. It's only hard until it isn't. So hang in there and keep up the good work.